It's time for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D, Feldman edition.
Feldman edition, absolutely. My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, won Stanley Cups and stuff. More on that later, by the way. More on that later.
And it's a Monday, Neil.
It is a Monday.
I'm here, it's a Monday.
That just goes to show you. It's big. KG in the house, what's really good?
The Lions are still good.
Oh, are they? I was told this is over.
Yeah,
good,
you were told wrong.
Stick is in the building as well, mixing and scratching. That's the squad today. But as D-Mac said, we're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's number one Chevrolet dealer. Roll on down here, by the way, getting through the holiday portion of the calendar, and they'll make you some deals, as they always do down here. Don't forget, too, Plenty EVs is the nation's number one EV dealer. 0% 60 months on the Blazer, by the way. So pull on up. Pull on up. It's time to make your move. And, like, the tax credit's probably going to be going away. So if you've been thinking about it, now is the time, everybody. Why not throw some more wood on the fire here, KG?
Come be a snowflake.
Yeah. All right. Jump into that chat, by the way. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Just about at 75,000. It's like we get 1,000 every 5 days, man.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wild. Zach Spring in the chat. Stoken not scared. All right, everybody. I just want to extend my condolences to the Lions fans, the Lions as well. The window is shut, D-Mac. It's over. Turn out the lights. The window has closed. We had our run at the Super Bowl, D-Mac, but it's all over now. There's nothing that this team can do anymore. Clearly they stink. Clearly they stink, even though, weirdly, and I have to credit Stick for this because I do that. I credit people. Weirdly, the Bills played the exact same game last week, and everyone was talking about how great they were. Yeah. Didn't they do the exact same thing?
They did.
Weird. But they're going to roll through the Super Bowl, and the Lions are dead. Did I about cover it all, D-Mac?
I don't know what you're talking. I didn't know if are you Chicken Little right now? Or are you, like, worried about the skies falling?
No.
Or is that all right, I don't
pick up the tone.
I'm not paying attention to the people that aren't in the same boat as me.
Yeah.
Right? And it's culture boat. And, like, if you want me to tell you this right now, this is a blessing in disguise, like so many other things were. And the first thing, and I was gonna short this or story this or do whatever the kids are doing these days that they want us to do, but I thought I'd save it for right now, here, Neil, because this is what the culture moment is. And I think back to my tenure, right, when I was trying to get back up, the mountain, whatever, like this. I go to the 95-96 season. The Detroit Red Wings set the league record, 62 wins that year, right? When did we face our adversity? And, we've had injuries throughout the year, stuff like this, but it rolled. And we didn't really face that adversity until we played Colorado in the conference finals.
And got broken. Yep.
And got broken. Right? Yeah. Now, we learned from that, and we're able to the next year. So I look at this as like there are some glaring facts to all of us. But at the end of the day, this is still the NFL. What did everybody think, we were never going to lose a game ever again?
Correct. That's what everybody thought,
okay,
yes.
Well, so not the people in the same boat that I'm in.
Yeah.
Because this was, you could see how it's happened. So I'm always intrigued about the why. So I look at this as adversity of what great teams have, right? There's glaring points. The big thing, right, the accountability, where's the accountability go, right? Come right out, the head coach takes that first accountability. I'm sure the defense and Aaron Glenn ain't too happy with the way things went. I'm sure the offense, even though they put up as many points as they did, some of those missed opportunities are what they have to do, but rolling like they should. I thought Stick brought up a great point to the fact of last week, the Buffalo Bills did the same thing with the LA Rams, right? And then came back. So next week when we play Chicago, right, that's our bounce back game where we expect, and from everything that I've seen out of this team, it should happen this way, where we take care of. The conversation will be different if that is not the case, right? But it's the NFL, and still, Neil, the greatest thing where I look to you for is you still control your own destiny. Yeah, you're tied with Philadelphia, but you have the tiebreaker. You just got to take care of your business. I'm more concerned about Aleem McNeil and, getting guys back and
Adam Schefter did tweet it is a torn ACL. He is finished for the season.
Okay, well, so next and Carlton Davison, all these different guys.
They said broken jaw for Carlton Davis, estimated 6 weeks.
Okay.
Estimated 6 weeks.
McNeil will be back for week 1 of next year, they're estimating.
Okay.
And he knew it, too.
Yeah, everybody knew it.
Yeah, everybody knew that, yeah.
No, but he knew it on the field, like that was done.
Okay, here's the bottom line, everybody. It's people want it. Let's cut the shit. Then let's just get right into it, guys.
I do love when you say that.
No, because what is different? What is different today at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. that was different yesterday at 11 a.m.? Nothing. And if you can't understand the fact that losing this game, there are people out there that would say, well, I would have rather they beat Buffalo and then lost to the Bears. No, because this was in essence, everybody, an exhibition game in terms of what it means.
Yeah.
A win yesterday did not have any impact. They still would have had to run the table. If everything plays out, right, they still would have had to run the table. They still hold all the tiebreakers. They still have one conference loss. They're still the boss. If they win their last 3 games, they are the 1 seed no matter. Nothing changed from 11 a.m. yesterday until 11 a.m. today. Nothing changed. Nothing. So if you're out, then you're out. IT Hips in the chat, it's over, guys. Okay, then it's over. They're 12-2 with 29 different defensive starters. That's what it is. And they're 12-2. Then walk. IT Hips, everybody like you, then walk, man. Then it's over. Goodbye. See you later. Nothing's different.
I got a question for you. Whose game yesterday was more to their ceiling? Like, what I'm thinking is, that's Buffalo playing the best game that they can play on, offense, even defense, like this. That wasn't the best game that I saw us play. I think our ceiling, we can go a couple more levels and a couple more steps and clean it up, right, Neil? Now you got tape on it. Now you know what's going to happen. Now, how are you going to make adjustments, right? Give Buffalo credit. Isn't Buffalo, obviously, I ride them all year. Josh Allen eyeball
team
test.
in the AFC.
Josh Allen eyeball test is that dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this right now. I'm taking him over anybody. Dude,
this year. Yeah.
Did you see the shot? He was taking shots in the mouth too, but did you see the one shot on that when he threw it to Keon Coleman and got and it's no big deal.
Right.
Just a big oak tree.
Pascal damn near killed him, and he just popped up. We saw Tucker Kraft do the fake, I'm hurt, but I'm not hurt last week. This week you saw an actual tough guy take a hit and get up. I gained so much more respect for Josh Allen.
No, but and look, he still did.
Ceiling. No, I don't think what he did, right, is at the top of his game. Is he gonna?
He's on a heater, no doubt.
No, but is he gonna put more than those stats up? What they threw at you yesterday is the best they've got. What you threw at them, 7. Sure. 7 out of 10. They threw their 10 game at you. That's what I'm saying. Where you look into it, you look into this that you're in better shape. Now, the whole thing is what it's always going to be for the rest of the year and the theme of this season. Can you overcome injuries? That's bottom line.
And that is the story. Burn in the chat, just like the 95 Wings, 87 Pistons. It is over. We simply can't overcome, and we should have never tried in the first place. I'm joking, obviously.
Gosh, that tone, dude, I think your tone has finally seeped into the masses.
Oh,
Neil.
yeah.
I can feel it in the chat.
It's a lot of tone.
Jalen Woods, Neil talks too much. Hey, Jalen.
I knew you was going to find that
Jalen.
one, too.
Okay, Jalen, here. You like this show?
Hey, Jalen, here's your business.
Jalen.
This show better, Jalen? You like this, Jalen?
Jalen likes it.
Jalen, you text the show too much. All right, how about that? KG, we're in it, man.
Oh yeah,
we are.
I know we are.
We're absolutely in it right now, and we're going to get into it. Stick put the chat up. Lion season, is it over? 23% of you say that it is over. I don't understand. The only thing that's different is Aleem McNeil's got a torn ACL, and Carlton Davis got a broken jaw.
Yep, 6 weeks. Yep.
That's what's different. And guess what?
And Khalil Dorsey.
Yeah. Prayers up to Khalil
Prayers
Dorsey.
out to him.
So, but what's new? Like, what's different with that? That's the way it's been. 29 different defensive starters, and they're 12-2, far and away the most in the NFL. If you want to go, man. But guess what? For all this like glazing of Josh Allen and the Bills, by the way, DJ Reader, and I want to get this right, and Brad Galley, my guy from Channel 7, had this.
Shout out, Brad.
This is great. Had this quote from DJ Reader. We just lost, man. That's all it is. It happens in this league. We've been kicking everybody's ass for 12 weeks, and this week it happened to us. Nobody won no championships today. We got weeks of the season left, and we got the playoffs. Next week, we'll be back. By the way, what did the Bills win yesterday?
Nothing. A regular season game.
Okay, and everyone's like, well, Josh Allen cemented himself as the MVP. Okay, cool story. What does that mean? His story's written in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's him, Lamar, the Bills, the Ravens, and we're in that discussion now too, where everybody's chasing this thing, and it's the Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
If the Bills don't win the Super Bowl, what are they going to say about this week? If the Ravens don't win the Super Bowl, what are they going to say about Lamar spinning 5 touchdowns yesterday? If we don't win the Super Bowl, what do we say? Hey, guys got hurt.
Of a season.
But we were 12-1 at one point. We didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Like that. Those are the stakes. Like, stick again. This new money Lions fan mentality, dude. I'll never understand it. And by the way, Josh Allen got away with his little cowboy-ish, by the way, too, where he was running to the sideline, threw it across his body to the middle of the field. 2 Lions defenders were right there, got hands on it, didn't reel it in. He got away with it that time.
He did.
He did. And he was great. And he's on a heater.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything. Means nothing. Yeah. Nothing is different, Jalen. So you explain it to me then, Jalen. What's different today, other than a couple of guys got hurt? What's different?
Jalen.
Hey, man.
That bit, man.
No, it's D-Mac.
Oh, deal.
Yeah, what I tell you before the show. There's aliens out there.
Yeah,
bro.
right.
What am I going to get all like Super Bowls in January?
They'll keep trying to educate.
It's on to next week. How is this? How is this team going to adjust? It's more about like who's going to be playing next man up. But like Stick nailed it next week because how's your bounce back? You know, and taking care of business, back keeping your advantage, keeping your possession arrow, so to speak. Right.
This is still a team that hasn't lost in 2.5 years back-to-back games. So, just want to throw that out there.
I mean, it is the NFL, isn't it?
Yeah. And just like we ran into the buzzsaw that was the Bills ran into the Ravens earlier in the season, and they got decimated too. It happens to everybody.
Ran into the Rams. They also ran into the Steelers
7 days ago.
Ooh.
It happens, man.
Josh Allen did the exact same thing 7 days ago, and everyone forgot.
He's MVP now.
Everyone forgot.
I mean, people was talking about his performance last week too, but
and the loss.
But he had the Jared Goff performance last week.
Exactly.
Andy, blah, blah, blah. It's the truth. Nothing changed. Bills will always ish out to the Chiefs, so no worries. We got this. It's in our DNA. #grit. Well, they're talking about high ankle sprain for Mahomes.
Yeah, I heard.
So
he's going to play through it, but how is he going to look? So
yeah, Lions, Detroit 35. They won bragging rights over Detroit and Detroit twice in 3 years. No one gives a shit about that. Bragging rights.
What are we, 12?
Like, guys, this. Let's take the break.
Thank you, Neil.
It's about
Tangerine Space Machine, the IPA from New Holland Brewing Company, local Michigan company, west side on the state. They're doing everything right over there at New Holland Brewing Company. Tasty IPA as well. Don't forget about Taller, too, the Dutch long drink. We had them flowing at the pregame show yesterday in a simpler time in our Lions fandom.
It was a simpler time.
It was a simpler time. But no, Tangerine Space Machine. It's a long line of New Holland products that are absolutely goated. Intergalactic hazy goodness. Don't sleep on New Holland's bourbon, by the way. It is elite as well. Total Wine, Meyer. You guys know where you buy your drinks at. New Holland Brewing Company. They're doing it right.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Credit that team. You know, they were ready to go, and we knew they would be. We knew they'd have a sense of urgency coming off of that tough loss out there on the West Coast, and you know, we just couldn't quite match it. So, you know, they did a good job. You know, and ultimately, you know, it's like I told the team, man, I didn't have those guys ready to go. Not like that. You know, not when you're playing a team like that, and you know, and that's with me, man. You know, we had a number of guys that, you know, have played a lot better than that, just overall, and so that tells me that's me, man. I didn't have these guys completely ready to roll. So, you know, it doesn't mean I thought the effort was good, man. Guys fought. It just there was little things in there that bit us, things that, you know, we knew we could not give these guys anything. It's too good of a team, and we gave them some stuff there. So, you know, it's a tough pill to swallow, but at least we know now where we stack up against, you know, one of the AFC's best teams, and it's not good enough. Not today. It's not.
We will be just fine. I'm sure there will be a ton of stuff written about the sky falling, but no, internally we're good. Yeah, we had won I don't know how many in a row up to that point, but it sucks to lose. We would have loved to win every game out all the way through the Super Bowl, and I hope we can look back on this one as a good learning lesson for us and move on and use some of the stuff that we learned in this game and to help us win these next three before we hit the playoffs.
I think there should be urgency every Sunday. We're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. We already got a spot in there, so we just think the urgency, if it wasn't, we should have been had high. I think we do have it high as a team. We just lost it, and I think that's what it is. It happens. It happens in this league. Shit, we've been kicking everybody's ass for 12 weeks. And this week it happened to us.
Hey, DJ, this was kind of deemed as a Super Bowl preview. Did you think it kind of lived up to a Super Bowl preview?
Yeah, but ain't nobody winning no championships today. So we got to go out there. We got weeks of the season left, and we got the playoffs. So, I mean, as much as people want to predict what's going to happen, you got to show up every Sunday. You got to earn the right to go out there. So next week we'll be back.
All right, we heard from Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, DJ Reader as well. We're hearing from all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Stick in the building. Also, too, got to shout out our guy, George, the general manager here at Feldman Automotive. His birthday today.
Happy birthday,
he's
George.
He's 29 again. So,
Boy, George, yeah.
So, shout out to George. Great dude, man. Great dude, by the way. Yeah. So, again.
George is why we tolerate Ryan.
George is why we tolerate Ryan. Exactly. That is 100% the case. No, but I bought my car from here at Feldman. I had my keys in about an hour and a half, like for real. So, again.
Show.
Yeah, I love the people here, man. They are awesome. Burn in the chat. Can we talk about Jared Goff potentially turning a corner and elevating the team in the second half as his O-line was getting torn up? He got hit 9 times yesterday.
Yeah, he was under duress the whole game.
9 times. If we can bottle that, Jared Goff, no one will beat us going forward. Okay, you know what, Bern? I rock with you, man.
Yeah, burn
you,
good
you know
Jared
that I rock
Goff
with you.
also, too, you mentioned tough quarterback, like showing it, right? But
Yeah.
Jared Goff, I laugh. He's got that Neil Rule tone.
No doubt.
I love it.
One thing that I love that comment, first of all, about Jared Goff, because it's a positive comment about Jared Goff, and I love that. But no, what I learned yesterday about Jared Goff is, because we haven't seen many performances where they're just like, Jared Goff, drop back, it's in your hands. They let him throw 59 times, right?
Yeah.
That's not a success.
Because they had to, yeah.
That's not their playbook for success, but Jared Goff is known as a successful play-action passer. That's what makes him elite. They weren't able
with an elite offense. He can only be good with an elite offensive line.
They didn't have any of that going yesterday.
No, they
didn't have an elite offensive line going yesterday. The run game, David Montgomery had 4 total yards on 5 carries.
St. Brown fumbled.
St. Brown fumbled. There was no play action to be heard of because there was no run game to be heard of, and Jared Goff still played elite. So this guy can give it to you however you want it.
Not like Tupac. How do you want it? He also, by the way, moved into second place all time in the Detroit Lions passing yardage books.
Nice. Stick, you brought up such a great point right there, right? Like, did we know, or were we sure, like, if we had to get into a shootout, do we have the gun to get in the shootout? Because everybody didn't think we did. How many times? He doesn't have a strong enough arm to hit JMO downfield. He doesn't have this. He'll stand in that pocket. So what I took out of that is that if we have to do that, we have to go out of our game plan, because the bigger question, right, and the bigger concern, this isn't just one game in the running game like this. This is a few, and I know that Montgomery's banged up. We've seen him in and out of the lineup, but I think that offensive line, like, it's 2 games in a row now, so I think even more, that's why the Chicago game is that they got to get back and be in an NFC North division matchup. I think that they should, but that's more concerning to me than it is ever any question to Jared Goff to give it to you any
To
way
your
you
point,
want to.
D-Mac, the last 2 games, 3.1 yards per carry and 3.2 yards per carry. That's not what has made this team successful over the past.
It's not Sonic and Knuckles.
Whatever.
What's the opposite?
In the chat.
Yeah, I knew Neil was
I'm
looking at
salty.
something.
I like Goff. He's just not carrying us to no Super Bowl. I remain unimpressed. Delusion. Those were Cowboy-esque garbage time yards. L. Richardson. Goff had the best game in NFL history to lose a game, but you keep harping Allen against a street. Keep hyping up Allen against a street defense. L. Richardson. That is accurate, by the way.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Last Bardo. I hate Goff. Oh, by the way, Jared Goff, second in the league in passing as well.
Yep.
Behind Joe Burrow in almost 100 fewer attempps.
Wow.
In yardage.
What was his total yardstick yesterday?
494.
494 with drops.
Yeah. So I'm not dealing with
What's the NFL
Yeah.
record?
And
all right, bottom line.
You cruise right past
if you're critical of golf, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You're flat out a stupid person. You're a stupid person that doesn't understand what's going on. You wanted this, you guys got this. All right? Finally, I cracked.
Talking to you
all right?
easy.
I cracked. You're stupid.
554 is the all-time.
He could have hit it yesterday, probably.
Really, if Amon-Ra catches that ball before
Tim Patrick a couple
halftime,
times.
If J-Mo catches that deep ball,
there was holding on that. Remember?
yeah, but still. Like,
I don't get it. I don't. What more does a man have to do? For real. What do you want then?
Doesn't.
What do you want?
he put the team on his back.
More passing touchdowns than your god Josh Allen. Way more yards than your god Josh Allen. Like
Josh Allen did the same thing last week, 6 touchdowns in a loss.
That you glaze all the time. What's different? What is different? Nothing. I don't know how I'm going to make it to 1 o'clock today, Steve.
Neil, you know what I've learned about the Detroit Lions fan base throughout these past 24 hours, or actually not even 24 hours. Let's go 18 hours. They only watch the Lions.
Correct.
They're not football fans. They're Lions fans, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what's happening is they have zero context of what happens around the rest of the league. They didn't know that Josh Allen did what he did last week. They don't know about who other teams have lost to. They don't pay attention to those things. They don't pay attention to how they lost. So I've really learned that it's just tunnel vision with these guys. If it's a win, best team in the world. If it's a loss, they're not going to make the playoffs. And that's it. These fans are just not educated enough to have football conversations.
That's a segment of it. So you're not talking to that segment.
Yeah.
You're talking to the ones that
it's not everybody.
that understand. No, it's not. because you see it by the comments. It's not a comparison.
23% of you.
You're right.
Renardo in the chat. The Goff haters are casuals. There's your word, Stick. I know you're a big fan of the word casuals. Christian Rodriguez. Goff is overrated and a goo. Second in the league in passing again. Second year in a row.
Just drive on by.
No.
They just like the crackhead on the street.
I can't tolerate stupidity. I can't tolerate stupidity.
Can we hear from the fantasy owners who had Goff yesterday in their playoff game? Were they happy with his performance?
Right. Dante 151, stand up, bro, in the Woo Crew Fantasy League. He got Jared Goff, so.
Arf in the chat. SOL broke Neil. Let it rip, Neil. No, SOL fans.
Yeah.
These are SOL fans. And I know they say you're not supposed to go at the fans and stuff like that, but you're stupid. You're stupid if you don't understand what's going on. Flat out stupid. You're stupid if you can't comprehend the fact that nothing is different for this team this morning than it was yesterday morning. Nothing is different. Win your 3 games, you're the 1 seed. And yes, everybody, I do understand what's going on defensively. I told you multiple times, 29 different defensive starters, far and away the most in the NFL.
Right. They just had a bad night, man. It happens.
Like
They got out schemed.
Are there defensive issues? Yeah. Like, what are we talking about
here? But am I confident in AG? Yeah.
Are they good enough to beat the bum-ass Bears?
Absolutely.
They good enough to beat the Vikings?
Absolutely. They already did.
Like
both times.
D-Mac, help me.
Couple things from that comment
help
from
me.
your coach, and you heard it, right? And the 2 things that stood out, right? Dan Campbell taking accountability, not getting guys prepared is a direct, but you're professional athletes. So for whatever else, that's just, maybe he switched something up or was softer on him, or I don't know, to get him like that. But what DJ Reader said about this is a game we lost, and somebody said, oh, this is a Super Bowl preview, and he said it wasn't a championship game. Bingo. Mentality of the team going in. They weren't ready to play. You ask these guys up and down the roster, Buffalo was more ready at the rip of the ball.
D-Mac, they're supposed to win.
And then they got behind.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. They have to be ready. They're NFL players, D-Mac. They have to be ready. They just win. They just throw the helmets out there and the Lions win. Like Woodward Sports chat thread, Mike G.
Are we talking? What are you playing? We talking Madden right now, or
yeah? I guess that's what we are talking. As a matter of fact, we do it with the trades. Why not do it with real life?
Because it's self accountability. What do we go back to? Whenever this is a great opportunity to go see how tight you are to the guy next to you now, and maybe it gotten away a little bit, but they got to tighten that up. And
here we go.
And no matter who it is,
Stafford was the fastest to 20,000 yards in NFL history. Hey, Salty, Dad's not coming home. All right, he's not.
And every time Dad
why
does,
would you
we beat
want
his
him?
ass.
Yeah, yeah. Like Dad's not coming home, Salty, and you're the reason he left. You are. So go talk about it with your therapist. I'm Salty.
Mom's still not gonna hug you.
No, absolutely not, because she hates you. All right, that's why she hates you. Mike G, we need 97 back. Are we as a fan base? Is everyone just sitting there looking out the window right now?
Pretty.
Sorry, KG. I keep jumping on the mic in front of KG. But no, this is what I was freaking out this morning. Now the narrative is Aiden Hutchinson. That name is, if Aiden Hutchinson was there, it was like,
they won every single game he hasn't played in.
That's what blows my mind.
What are you talking about? Most glaring miss in the lineup yesterday was Anzalone.
Right.
I mean, give me a break. They trade on your linebacker.
I told Flannel, I was like, the Aiden Hutchinson thing is a non-starter to me. He's like, oh, then we just shouldn't sign him. They're not better with him. I'm like, I didn't say any of that. What I'm saying is they were undefeated without him. They actually had statistically more pressures without him than with him. So now if we're just going to be like, well, the excuse is Aiden Hutchinson, you sound like a loser. You've won so many games without him. You can't blame things.
Okay.
D-Mac, what do you do if you're a professional athlete at a championship level? You take ownership, you move on, and you imply your will on the next opponent.
And then you use and at the end of the day, right, it was, Neil, you said it, it was an exhibition for all purposes. That game didn't matter. The next one does. And look, you got tape, you know how you played. What do we, don't you always see this in college or whatever like that, playing team plays each other twice in a season, how hard it is to beat the same team twice, right? You know what you're up against now. Dan Campbell even said it. Now we know what it's like that we can compete with the AFC's best, but ours wasn't good enough today. I go back to that's the best Buffalo's going to throw at you. You got 3 more levels to go to throw your best at them, and look at still what you got.
I agree.
Alex Shea, why are we talking about Goff so much? He was great, no issue there. Alex, you tell me. Read the chat, Alex. You're in here, so you understand why. Major concern, really only concern is that CD is out, and how do we replace that? No panic, but genuinely curious how.
Hold on.
Tough break is all.
Kenny, I meant to bring this up before because I saw it and I apologize. There's somebody in the chat brought it up. Kendall Vildor will be playing.
Hey, get ready for it. He was out there in this last game, but just get
I
ready
know.
for it. Because what else are the Lions going to do at this point? They didn't necessarily want him starting. He's a practice squad guy for a reason. But when you can only go so deep into next man up before you got to just deal with what you got.
They better learn to love Vildor.
No,
to love him.
No, that's a fact.
All right, let's do this. Let's take the break, and I wanna get to something here. I don't understand. Where are we going, Stick? Lady
Neil
James.
y'all the depressed Neil. Look at him,
Here's the
man.
graphic on the
I
screen.
can't tolerate. I can't tolerate the
to change.
stupidity.
Come on into Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Sit back, relax. Hot leather neck massage from one of the talented
Neil needs
stylists.
that.
Use a QR code on the screen for the $20 haircut special. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Hey, Jars Cannabis, where you can get the Darren McCarty brand. There's over 9 locations in Metro Detroit. Brand new stores coming to Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, and Milan, stuff like that. So definitely great deals. It's Christmas time. Treat somebody that you love, something that they love.
Put it under the tree.
Darren McCarty
That's
brand.
a fact. Get that Darren McCarty brand. I stand on that.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have Stick. We have KG. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, the nation's #1 EV dealer. Come see my guy Tim Brown, as a matter of fact. No, not the Heisman Trophy winner. He's an award-winning car salesman.
Yeah.
He is the Heisman Trophy winner.
Common misconception.
Yeah, absolutely. He gets confused with them a lot. All of you in the chat, jump into there, get your thoughts out there. And, we're talking the Lions, Bills game. JP17, Neil, Goff haters are just civilians. And, okay, so I'm gonna try to attack this here from a different angle. Because earlier I talked about the fact literally nothing is different this morning than yesterday morning,
Besides
as far as the
injury
Lions are
report.
concerned.
Yeah.
The injury report's different, no doubt. Definitely, that is different. Mike G, can Tim Brown sell me an EV? He sold me one. So, yeah, the answer is yes. 0% for 60 months, by the way. If you're savvy, take advantage of that tax credit before it goes away. But anyway, with all that being said, Drew K., this fan base is literally insane. Everybody panic. This is a football team, D-Mac, that hasn't lost a game since it was summertime.
Yeah.
Since summer. It was summer. Literally summer the last time that they lost a game. They are 12-2 with 29 different defensive starters.
Yeah.
That's what it is still. Like this, what's going on here, I can't even comprehend. You got people saying, what's Goff going to do for you? He's second in the league in passing yards again, just like he was last year again. Like, we can talk about the injuries to the defense, certainly. Is it a storyline? Certainly. They still going to play next week, though? They're still going to play the game, though, right, D-Mac?
Yeah.
And if everything that you celebrate, remember the Jamal Adams crowd? Remember when we were talking about that, the Quan Alexander, the Jamal Adams crowd? And I was like, easy, everybody, like, easy. Oh, no, he was this big-time player. Yeah. Guys, they're signing guys off people's practice squads right now, man.
That's the only choice they have.
And they still haven't lost a game up until yesterday since summertime. I'm sorry if I owe them that.
Yeah.
If I owe them that. I'm sorry if I'm not scared of the Bears and I'm not scared of the Vikings. I'm sorry if I'm not. I'm not. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Win 3 games, you're the 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
Oh, the 49ers are sending people home because they quit.
See that?
Yeah.
You know what? The Lions fans should cut some of the fans here because they quit too.
There you go.
Get the agents on the phone.
Yeah.
I can't believe this today and yesterday.
It's not the majority, man. Like, those type of fans, they are the drunk under the overpass. You don't stop for every one of those people. You got to just keep on driving, man. They will work for more SOL. It just is what it is at this point. Yeah, as a matter of fact, losses like yesterday should really put in perspective how amazing of a season this has been. Like, we should all take it, bask in it and appreciate where this team is at this point in their trajectory, and they still have so much more to go. Everything is still in front of this team, so I'm just looking forward to how they're going to finish the season, man, and getting into the playoffs, hopefully somewhat healthy, because this injury bug is crazy.
Owen Mullen, not worried at all, still confident we'll make the Super Bowl. The teams we faced in the NFC aren't even close to what we faced yesterday. And can we stop this with the Bills, by the way? Like, are they 13-0? They're 13-0.
No.
The Lions have lost 2 games, been outscored 10 points in those 2 losses.
Yep.
10 points total.
Does anybody ever believe in sometimes the matchups? Like the matchup of us playing man-to-man defense against one of the greatest mobile quarterbacks with a gun arm that knew prepared,
right?
And then they throw in the wrinkle that you can't contain them or get pressure, and then they fly somebody out of the backfield and then just abuse your linebackers.
Yep.
Did anybody understand that the match sometimes, Neil, does that make sense? Sometimes matchups, the way that teams match up against each other sometimes dictates, the way that it plays out. So,
and to be honest, a lot of the matchups favored the Lions. They just the game plan wasn't there.
Execution, lack of execution.
And like the game flow of the game, right? Bills win the toss, they defer. They force a punt, first possession.
Yep.
They score. And D-Mac, I hate that. I hate when they're not getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
I hate that. They got down 14-0 with the Bills getting the ball in the second half. You're not beating Buffalo.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be outpossessed by a possession, and you're down 2 scores.
That had to play into account. What I was thinking, not know the math of why Dan Campbell would have gone for the onside kick that early.
Yeah.
I just figured, okay, it's a numbers possession sort of thing. Now, unfortunately, how many times do you see an onside kick that doesn't work out?
And that gets returned for a touchdown almost.
Right. It's just the way.
That's a big part of it.
So, you know what? Like that, to me, that's just a coaching decision during the game, trying to make something happen, Neil, because the possessions were already not. When you get the ball first, you pretty much – you have to score to set the tone, because what did we say last week? It's a possessions league,
right?
Especially the way that these guys move, and look at the way that didn't it give you a lot of confidence that we can just get the ball and just boom? The one thing is maybe why didn't we go hurry up earlier? Why didn't we go into the 2-minute drill earlier? Because when we did, we moved the ball, and obviously the stats proved it and stuff like this. We just didn't execute like we have been at certain times. The Amon-Ra fumble. The end of the half.
The drop he had was big.
Like, what are we talking about here? You're talking about mistakes by Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, like uncharacteristic.
Oh, so cut him then, guys, right? Like, cut him, trade him. Like, what are we talking about
But
here?
it was so much just uncharacteristic stuff that happened
uncharacteristic
yesterday.
running game.
Yeah, the running game got
play action not getting established. So, again, like you give credit where credit's due, but sometimes matchups. You look at, Ed Oliver gave Frank Ragnow the biggest issue that I've ever seen anybody give him, but breaking it down is easy. I listen. Easy was saying is look at the stature, coming from underneath, and but that guy's all pro too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like
they were
match it
talented
sometimes.
Yeah.
So now, but the blessing is now you know what you're up against, and you learned a lot about yourself. You learned that we weren't prepared.
Yeah.
As well as we should have been, and then you go to the positives. So if you don't think you move on to next week, do you think our team will be prepared? Our team's going to come out and rip this Bears. Like, I believe what Stick said. This is going to be like, and we got to reestablish the run game and plug and play. And if it has to turn into a shootout, I like our chances.
Grittville, USA, for the Lions haters, Bills was the best team the Lions faced this year, and even with the injury epidemic, Lions still put up a 40-piece. Also in the Woodward Sports chat thread, Joe says if the Lions lose the next 3 games, and they won't, they will be the team no other team wants to face in the playoffs. Lots of ball to be played, people.
Absolutely.
And, no, there absolutely is. And I don't get it, man, how Jake, Neil, quit catering to the few idiots. Quit feeding them. Jake, look around you, man. Stick, you tell me. You had thousands of people watching the post-game show. How were they, Stick?
It's what we discussed all season long and even last year about being a new money Lions. Like, getting used to winning also means you got to understand that losing isn't everything, too. Like, it's so hard, I think, for Lions fans to conceptualize this, that we're a good team. Even if they stumble a game to an elite team in the AFC, which is a potential Super Bowl candidate, MVP quarterback, they have the pedigree, they've been there, they're playoff tested. Like, to me, this is the game you do lose if you have to lose a game, because that's a team that it's acceptable to lose to. This was an acceptable loss. Do I like it? No, but it's acceptable.
Hey, when at the beginning of the year, everybody goes through the schedule and goes win, loss, right? How many people thought that if this was a game they were going to lose? Like, I remember Terry Foster being in, having a conversation, who are they going to lose to the rest of the year? And this is before the Texans game.
Yeah.
Buffalo's was always
a lot of us had
a
that
question.
as
Like, always, it could go either way. So, back to your point, Neil. What are we talking about? We still control our destiny. We're still in a great spot. I mean, you look at all championship teams. Like, you have to look at, the positives and the negatives. And are they going to, other than the injuries and figuring out the players that are going to be there, but the mentality of the offense, the offensive line, the running game, the different things like that, they will be ready to play. And listen, they will execute.
The worst thing you can do is turn one loss into 2 losses, right? So nobody in that locker room, they put it to bed last night. They're going to learn. They're going to watch film, learn their lesson, and they're going to move on from it. Fans just wallowing in this misery for some reason, I don't understand that mindset.
Like losing their first game since summertime?
Yeah, it's awful, Neil. They're not used to it. They don't know. Like, they were poor. They got rich. They started eating steak every night, and they had to go to Taco Bell last night. And you know what? They're like, I love Taco Bell. I'm not crashing on Taco Bell. Still a good meal. Still a good meal, especially 100%. The new Cantina tacos. Love those.
They fire.
Yeah, dude, actually, with that dipping sauce and everything. See, me and KG agree on that.
Kenny said it earlier. You know what this team is? You know what this Lions team is? Because 2.5 years they've proven it. What don't they do? They don't lose back-to-back. One of the Scotty Bowman trademark things was if you don't lose back-to-back, right? Looking at don't worry about what your record is at the end of the year. You're going to be in good shape. Right? And that's in the hockey world.
Nick Pancone trying to do his part to help me out here. Did I miss the Brad Holmes failed by not drafting Jalen Carter comment? Yeah, you fire away if you want.
Yeah,
fire away if you want.
Can't talk about Ed Oliver. He could have been a Lion, but Eric Ebron.
He was. Ed
Ty
Oliver
Johnson was a Lion.
That's how long
we
Ed
let him out
Oliver's
the
been
door.
around, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I do want to take a segment and talk about the X's and O's of it. And Ty Johnson's a part of it. And let's do it when we come back. Real quick, Tabitha Gable. Amon-Ra, 14 catches, $193 touchdown. Oh, my God, he dropped a ball. Crucify him along with Dan, FOH. As Neil says, you sound stupid. Well, Tabitha, he fumbled, too. So clearly he should be cut. Clearly he should be cut.
He had the best worst game I've seen. Like, he had 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he did have 2 crucial drops on that drive going into the second half. and a fumble in our
And-
if you ask him, he'll tell you he's
No.
not
You
satisfied
know what the
with that.
beauty is? Go watch the podcast. They're gonna talk about it, and you know what? Because what I love, his brother EQ's gonna be all over him about it.
Oh, yeah, that's a fact.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But the transparency. So the bottom line is, you know who the one that it sits with the worst is him.
Yeah.
You know the way that he is.
Real quick,
He might
for
not
you.
do the podcast. He might be out there catching balls.
Great Lakes 24 in the chat. Can Woodward Sports create a show with Flannel and Easy for SOL fans to keep those fans away from these shows?
Right.
That is great programming. You have a great programming mind, sir.
The new Woodward Nights featuring SOL fans.
SOL Nights.
Anson,
SOL
Easy,
Nights.
and Flannel.
Anson, Easy, and Flannel?
A Sunday show? Yeah.
A Sunday show.
Oh, my gosh.
That's fire. I can't lie.
The post game after the post game. post game show.
Casual Lions conversations for casuals.
Right.
I do like it. The dull spoon. That'll be funny coming from somebody like EQ. But yeah.
No, it will, but that's his brother.
He will.
Gonna
You
get
know
on it.
he's going to go.
He gonna get on it.
Dude, that is one of my favorite, just because of how genuine and transparent. How about,
Yeah.
dude, when they had the old man on and they had all three brothers on it, he's just ripping their ass.
All right, let's. Where are we going?
Pre-game show.
Pre-game show. You guys know, thousands of you tapped in yesterday, by the way, myself and Sean Belesian. We were live at Second Best for the Woodward Sports pre-game show, brought to you by New Holland Brewing Company. Don't forget, too, we kick things off in the morning, Woodward and Maine. Thousands of you tapped into that, too, with Terry Foster and Matthew. On Sundays, he's Matthew Broder. But, again, it was all brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, Sabbath Coffee Roasters as well. Nobody in Detroit does football game days like Woodward Sports. Not the flagship, not some TV network. Nobody. You guys are locked in all day long. Woodward Sports, we're doing it better than anyone.
The draft experience was shitty.
My high school dating experience was shitty.
I can tell you all 16 receivers and where they went to college.
I can tell you every girl that put me in the friend zone, every girl that shot me down, what grade it was, and what she said to me. Sarah Williams, freshman year at a house party, says, quote, I want to be single. Got a boyfriend the next day. Beth Samuel, junior year, I got benched during a football game. Afterwards, she came up to me and said, I want to date a starter. Kelsey McFarland, 10th grade, I took her to dinner, paid for dinner, and she told me I was the best guy friend
I've ever had.
Rachel Fletcher, took her to a party with my friend. She said, I like you,
But I like your friend better.
That was in 12th grade. Emily Westfall, senior year, I asked her to go to prom with me. She said, quote, sorry, I already have a date. She didn't even go to prom. Tanya Allen, Heather Talbert, Lindsay Turner, Leslie Frazier. It's okay, though, because now, here I am, working at Woodward Sports. They all got fat after high school, and the only thing I want back are my hoodies.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Back at it here, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. Never lost a game. Little known fact, they never lost a game during those 4 Stanley Cup runs. They win, 81-0? It's 81 in the NHL and 82 in the NBA, right? I always get that confused. Went 81-0. 82 in the NHL. It's vice versa, yeah. 82 games in the NHL. They never lost one. 4 years. In the playoffs, too. Never lost a playoff game. I don't know how you guys did it, man.
16-4. Best playoff record.
How did you ever lose 4?
How did you ever rebound from losing? I mean, it's amazing. This guy
No.
wasn't falling.
Absolutely. But no, we're talking about it. We're talking about the game yesterday. I did want to touch on the X's and O's of it. And something I thought that Buffalo did very, very well, D-Mac, and I got in kind of like a Twitter battle with another casual before I stepped away. And I thought something Buffalo did well, and I'll defer to the football people. And I brought this up in the Woodward chat yesterday and didn't get any pushback from people. So, people that know, guys like, Braylon Edwards and stuff like that, nobody pushed back. The Bills came out and did it was almost like college running like dual running backs, like a spread, like a spread running attack, and I had never seen them run that. And I don't lock into the Bills games and chart plays and stuff like that, but it looked different, and they were able to pass out of it. And I think just given the personnel for the Lions, because I was surprised for a team that has one of the highest blitz rates, if not the highest blitz rate in the NFL.
Yeah.
Did they blitz and not get? I just didn't notice the blitz yesterday.
They didn't blitz a whole lot. At times they did, and at times they were able to at least chase Josh Allen out of the pocket.
Yeah.
But overall, it wasn't a lot of blitzing yesterday, and I saw some second guessing from your linebacking core in terms of, do we really want to, try to chase Josh Allen because he's just going to beat us over the top? And then there were plays where they did chase him and he beat them over the top. So, it was tough, man. It's tough to defend him when you can't control the ground game. They absolutely decimated you on the ground, and he was getting out of the pocket and making stuff happen. And even when he was in the pocket, he had 4 or 5 seconds to throw. The pass rush just was not good yesterday. It just is what it is.
I think that was part of the game plan, though. Like, if you watch the first quarter and you watch the 4 defensive linemen, it was all about keeping Josh Allen in the pocket. You did not want him to get – and they weren't over-pursuing. They weren't over-rushing. They were trying to keep him in the pocket. Unfortunately, a couple times the defensive end saw an inside route. He'd take the inside route. Josh Allen would spread to the outside, extend the play, and then, like you said, Neil, make a miraculous throw across his body, which we tell every young quarterback, never do this. And he got away with it like 5 times. I don't know if lucky, man. That one in the fourth quarter that should have been picked. Allen yesterday.
Yeah, he plays like that. He plays like that though, and that's fine. And it's ended up costing him.
No,
when it matters most. And guys, for the crowd that's flipping out about the Bills, what are we going to do in the Super Bowl? You know what the percentage is that if we go to the Super Bowl, we play the Bills?
Yeah,
it's small.
Yeah,
it's small.
It is. But even if we see them, we got tape on them now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. And get your thoughts out there.
I think too what it appeared, and I don't know this. You'd have to go back into stats, but it seems to me that's why it's imperative. Like, the one thing that was imperative was that Ty Johnson out of the backfield was a big part of their game plan. You look what he did, but how much we missed the speed of Anzalone, and it got me wondering because you saw Jack Campbell all over the field doing his best, but to contain a mobile quarterback and that sort of game plan in this league, you need 2 linebackers that can cover. Because was that not the first game it was really apparent that we got exposed by a running back out of the backfield? That hasn't happened, that I can recall this year. So I think that it goes back to Coach Campbell talking about getting the players prepared. I think he's talking right to the coaches too. They weren't as ready, and the execution wasn't there.
Easy in the chat said 11%. I assume he means the blitz rate for that game.
So low. That's super low. And
but I mean, do you really
with the personnel?
Exactly. He didn't want to leave his guys on the island. I know they play man coverage very well, but when you can't get to him getting out of the pocket, then you leaving your corners to pretty much get
which I get. But at some point, man, you know what I'm saying, and that would be my only, I guess, I don't want to say criticism, but I get the why. You know what I said? When you got Quan Alexander out there trying to cover wheel routes and running backs out of, what are you going to do? Man was on a practice squad a week ago.
You saw James Cook run through the line, and Jamal Adams just almost had him a few steps behind. I mean, but you're also taught that's what I'm talking about. That speed, and I think sometimes that it was just more apparent to me about Anzalone and the blonde hair flying around the field.
Woodward Sports chat thread, get into there. Don Burr, it's over. We're done. Okay.
Have fun.
No, second loss.
Just walk on by.
First loss since it was summertime. You know how it's Christmas next week?
Right.
Steve Lehman, Zadarius Smith was nowhere to be seen. And look, man.
Nobody was, though.
The Bills won on both sides.
Their offensive line
both
and their
sides.
defensive line won.
Ty Johnson had 100 yards receiving. Come on now, out the backfield.
And they isolated him.
Yeah.
Every chance they attacked.
They did.
They attacked practice squad players. And fair play to them.
And that's a game plan that I thought the Lions would utilize against the Bills. You remember Sean was saying it, man. Like they were, my bad. But that's something that they struggle with is backs out of the backfield. And they kind of took that and used it against us, man, in our weak linebacking core. So you got to give them credit. They came in here with a game plan. And they executed beautifully, man. They controlled the line of scrimmage. And when they control the line of scrimmage, Lions can't get home. You get games like this.
You know, it reminded me of like playing Mortal Kombat back in the day, the arcade version, and whoever you're playing is just hitting you with the same gosh darn move the whole time, and you can't defend it.
Can't do nothing to stop it.
It's like you know it's coming, and you're doing everything, jump out of the way.
Keep throwing that uppercut.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, dog.
All right, there is something else we got to get into. Let's do this. Let's take the break right now because this one's going to stretch. I can already tell already. Yeah. So 1800 tequila, the official tequila of the Detroit Lions, correct? 1800 tequila, that's right. They have the black jersey. I mean, people probably don't like the black jerseys anymore because that's how we operate here.
Right, I did see some of that.
But they do have the bottles, though, of 1800. They are Lions themed. They're a proud partner with the Detroit Lions, the official tequila of our post-game show and our watch party as well. We've been known to have one or two. And you guys probably had some yesterday as well. But you guys, you can get it at any store. If they're out of it, wait. Their restocks are coming all the time. So, again, 1800 Tequila, proud partner of the Detroit Lions and Woodward Sports as well. Happy to have them on board. It's 1800 Tequila.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Oh.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, Salvation Army. It is the holiday season. Everybody, Salvation Army. Red Kettle campaign is in full force. You see them all over the place. I know Kroger's and everything else to do it. Anyways, $7 million is their goal. And it helps to the homeless and for the shelters and put clothes on people and stuff like that. You know what the Salvation Army does. So get out there and support.
Bottom line, drop some change in the can there.
Drop some change, or if you want to go online and donate, go to sagreatlakes.org today. It is the holiday season. If you can give back, do the right thing.
Help the people.
Shout out Peter Spivak, by the way. He was out there. KG, yeah, absolutely. So shout out to him.
You have the Santa hat on?
I'm sure he did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he strikes me as a person that would have the Santa hat.
100% on brand.
At least he doesn't have those antlers on his car. That's another discussion for another day.
Yep, those and the eyelashes really get on my nerves. You're like, get the eyelashes off of your fucking car. Like, I don't know. All
right, let's get into it. D-Mac, William Rhodes. I'm all for the fourth down calls. That onside kick with 12 minutes left, only down by 10, was dumb. Hope he learns from that one. And
I honestly, I swear to God, like when that happened, my thing is, okay, must be a thing. Neil will explain it to me tomorrow.
Neil will explain it. That's hilarious.
Neil will explain to me tomorrow,
right.
like what the math is or the
it's pretty
deep
simple.
thing, and I'm not gonna, the unfortunate part why everybody's hampering on it is not. It's a pass or fail scenario. It's the fact of how where it ended up and it almost got returned, which you never see. Stuff like that. So explain to me, Neil, because I don't think, or was it as egregious as some people? No, I did.
I'll give it to you in your terms, and that's the key in any explanation is relating the material. George in the chat, Goff played out of his mind, kept himself right in the middle of the MVP race, even with a patchwork defense and a complete collapse of the run. We're just a few plays away from winning. Nut up, people. Thank you, George. Well said. All right, here's the deal with it. They were going to have to steal a possession somewhere. And, D-Mac, I'll relate the material to your terms. The people that are flipping out about that are the same people that flip out when somebody pulls the goalie with 3 minutes to go instead of a minute and a half.
Yeah.
It makes no difference. You have to execute one. You have to.
Here's the whole does this come into play? The fact that you were, worse than one play on defense, meaning that you weren't stopping anything, right? So it's the fact that you had to put it into account to take more of a risk, and that had to come into play.
No, that's part of it for sure. It's just the people that are talking like that can't get their head around the fact that they think about it in absolutes. And if we're being real, if you're going to try it and not get it, the best case scenario is that they score in one play.
Yeah.
That was the best case scenario.
Listen,
independent of not getting it.
I don't love that kick
and
at
stick,
that time.
If you're talking about possession.
If you're talking about possession.
I don't love the kick at that time, though, because I'm a vibes guy, right? You just got down 10. The momentum's back. The building's finally rocking the first time it did all day. And what do? You immediately hand that momentum back over the team, and that's what I don't love.
But 3 minutes later,
I'm not freaking out about it. I just don't love
and that's fair. You're not dying on the hill for it like some people are.
But and then what I told Spenny during the game, the Lions rebutted their quick touchdown with another touchdown, and it cost us 4 minutes because then they got the ball back at 8 minutes. So it cost you 4 minutes. And to your credit, they did have an opportunity to get the ball. I was more worried about you finally had momentum going, and you did yourself a disservice because what's the percentages on those onside kicks this year? There's been one.
Correct. What is it, it's 12% or something like that?
It's a lot lower than going for it on fourth down, which means you go back in fourth down.
Right.
But, that's 40%. This is 12%. I wouldn't be willing to risk the momentum for 12%. Dan was. If he gets it, we're all singing his praises and all that.
And that's it.
I just don't love it in that spot. That's all.
No, I think that you ask him that if he had to do it over again,
6%,
and two, maybe the moment
he said he wouldn't do it again.
Right. So the moment, but it's also he's trying to win. Did you think he did that in not thinking this was the best opportunity for his team to win?
Yeah.
Right. That's what our coach does. So I'm going to live and die with him in his decisions. It's I don't think, like you said, make that same choice if you had it over with.
No, because at 12 minutes to go, you're talking about you have a maximum of 2 possessions.
Right.
And it stands to reason. And that's why, too, with trying the onside kick there, if you kick it deep, here's what has to happen. Now, remember, we're 12 minutes to go in the game. Mm-hmm. If you kick it deep, you have to stop Buffalo,
which they weren't
score
doing.
A touchdown,
yep.
Stop Buffalo again, score a touchdown or kick a field goal to tie the game, then stop Buffalo again.
Isn't the comparable like when we see when teams are behind and they go for 2, and then whether they get it or they don't get it, but with 2 possessions left, trying to make it a 2-score
they go for
game
it early.
To either put it into so that if they score again, they could have the conversion to win the game. Right? You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was
that's to me
an earlier 2-point conversion.
No, I think that's different because I'm in the camp of with the 2-point conversion, you don't do it until you're forced to.
Well, that's what
you're absolutely forced to. This is different because you're manipulating possessions left. In terms of time, do you think that? Because I guarantee you this: when he thought about doing it, he probably got with the coaches and said, "Can we hold him to a 3?" I'm not talking about stopping him.
Yeah, but hold
3
him
and
to
out.
3. Yeah.
3 and out.
Oh, that
in as less time as possible.
Because every play you run is 40 seconds.
Exactly.
And when you're talking about 12 minutes, at a minimum. Now, Buffalo did, and no one's talking about this, by the way. McDermott, by the way, that throwing that pass on second down.
Wait, breaking
news. This trumps all of this, and I don't even want to read this. Lions running back David Montgomery is now out indefinitely after suffering an MCL injury during Sunday's loss to the Bills. Sources tell ESPN Montgomery is undergoing additional testing on his knee and getting a second opinion to confirm, but he could be lost for the season.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah.
Now Now that's the tough. That's what hurts you in this game.
Well, no doubt.
All of it.
Because that was your, quote, healthy side.
Yeah.
Come on, Craig.
Sheesh, man. Sheesh.
Yonivaki time.
Craig.
But
I need to borrow your VCR right quick.
Right.
It's going to be more Gibbs.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
a
all
lot more Gibbs, but yeah. But Neil, no, I totally get what you're saying because if they kick it deep on that possession, the Bills were controlling the time of possession this whole game. So you couldn't stop the run game. So if they go and have an 8, 9, 10-play drive, you're eating up a good portion of that fourth quarter clock. So I understand why he did it. And for the crowd that's like, oh, you believed in your defense all this time, you don't believe in them now? Listen, I think he was looking out for the defense in this instance because you were incurring so many injuries, because they couldn't stop anything, run or pass. I think in that time of the game, you tried to get aggressive. Your offense had the momentum, and you knew they can get down the field and score quick. And at worst case, he thought, okay, we kicked the onside, they get it at the 40, and we got a chance to stop them for 3, like you said. But it just didn't happen. They got down to the fucking 5 and punched it in. You can't account for stuff like that.
Stevie says, not flipping, but they had time for a stop. Your premise is that they needed to flip right then. It was too early. Was it too early, Steve? Because if they get a first down, 2 minutes becomes 4. And that's a third of the time. You see where
exactly. It wasn't
every
too
week
early.
I got to come
They
on
were
here and
eating
talk
up
about
clock.
this. This runs right parallel with the fourth down stuff. Every week we got to come in here and describe this. If you give up a first down, now your 2 minutes becomes 4, and that's a third of the clock, and the game is definitely – you see where I'm going here with this?
And even if they had held them to a field goal, if they kick it deep and then they march down the field a long drive, you looking at, 6 minutes left to try to combat that? Like, come on. Like,
Daniel, let me see, Woodward Sports chat thread jump into there. Caston Reed said, you only get one. And then I just lost that one. Sorry, Caston. It was a great point that you brought up. Ryan's reaction. Now I think the season is over. Freddie felt 313. Jesus effing Christ, and it is. David Montgomery sprained MCL.
Blue just said this is stupid. It is. It's just that's the best comment. This is just flat stupid. But again, I mean. What are you gonna
ain't
do?
nobody finna apologize for you, man. It's just the unfortunate part. Nobody feels bad.
No.
It fucking sucks, though. God damn.
No, it absolutely does. Easy. The Bills weren't eating 12 minutes of clock. I never said that, Easy.
Yeah.
If they get a first down, a third of your time is gone. A third of your time is gone if they get one first down.
Right.
You trust in them
and
to
you
go
were
3.
down
You
2
just got done
possessions.
telling me you can't stop them.
And you were down 2 possessions. So, yeah, it's like, come on.
Like, that's why. And everyone that says that, too, they weren't running 12 minutes of clock. You totally negate the fact that there was an opportunity to get the ball.
Right.
It's like the fourth down crowd, the anti-fourth down crowd. Like when they get stopped. They can't wrap their head around the fact that, oh, by the way, you get the first down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're taking that out of the equation. I'll never understand why the people don't do it.
I just
never
understand it. Would I have done it in that situation? Maybe not, but I can at least understand the reasoning behind it, and I'm not mad because he tried to play for the win, man. You can't coach scared in games like this.
There's a why.
Dumac, does that make sense, though, at all? Like the pulling your
there's a
goalie
why
thing?
to it. Yeah.
You're going to pull the goalie with 4 minutes or 2 minutes?
4.
What difference does it make?
I wonder if that's a 12%, right? That's probably 12% versus 20% pulling
By the way,
it later.
onside kick 6%.
6% it is?
Yeah, easy. Put
Okay.
that in the chat, yeah.
So it's 6%. All right, and you know what?
How close was Bates to getting it at the end?
No, he was. Yeah.
Oh, he was, yeah.
No, but
Imagine
even
that,
too,
that
like
made it that
man. Wasn't a 6% onside kick though. The Bills dude literally tipped it to himself.
Yeah.
Like that's what you want them to do. Like you literally want them. What I didn't understand is I always thought the assignment was you go in and you blow up the person right there in front of you and whatever happens happens.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what because if they do that, then who knows what happens.
Right.
You know, so again, we're people were getting way too worked up about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Like way too worked up. Stick in the chat, drop the poll in there. Curious to get your thoughts. Who's to blame for the injuries? Is it the football gods? Is it O.J. Simpson?
I blame O.J.
Is it inflation? Or is it Black Santa?
It's never Black Santa.
Okay. Jaleel
It's never Black Santa.
in the chat. Isn't that why we pay 2 starters at Refinery in case of injury? Next man up. And Jaleel, like those are, to a degree, you're right. Like those are the stakes right now. They're going to play Sunday.
Yeah.
They're still going to play. So, again.
They have to.
Yeah, like they don't have a chance. Or they don't have a choice, man.
The situation is the situation, man. Like, this is still Super Bowl or bust. Unfortunately, they have to figure out a way to get past these injuries.
All right, let's do this then. We'll give us a second here to process. If you just missed it, Adam Schefter tweeted out David Montgomery sprained MCL, correct?
Yep.
Out indefinitely.
Indefinitely. Not
Not for the
officially out
season,
for the season, but
out
potentially
indefinitely.
out for the season.
It's not looking good.
So. No, but it wasn't looking good before.
No,
either.
yeah.
Where are we going, Stick? Pregame show, everybody. Woodward Sports pregame show on home game days. On Sundays, we're live at Second Best, myself and Sean Belizian, and we're out there doing it. And Second Best is an elite spot. I love going down there. Guess what? When I'm going to a Wings game, Pistons game, a concert, I work it into the rotation. I stop in there, smash some of those wings, man, because they are great. They have Tallers, too, the Dutch long drink. That sounds like an evening to me. And you guys need to be by there as well. Great setup in there. They got TVs, all of it. Classic bar fare. It's just a great atmosphere right in the mix in downtown, like 2 blocks away from LCA. So it's right there. Second Best. Come get some.
The bad boys from the NFL are here. Your 2024 Detroit Lions are the hardest hitting, highest flying, trickiest playing, grittiest team in the NFL.
A dominant team.
Get all your coverage of your favorite team right here in your favorite network. Woodward Sports.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
What's up, everybody? Rule 4, Planet Fitness. Over 50 Planet Fitness locations in the Metro Detroit area. So guess what? When we're back at our studio in Birmingham, I pull up over on the Maple Road one. When we come out here to Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, there's one about a mile and a half away from here as well, because they're all over Metro Detroit. They're all over the nation as well. Over 2,600 of them. Black card option, $24.99 a month. You get access to all of them. You want to change your life? We're getting down to that time of the year where, you're going to make the promises and want to get it done. Start now. Start right today. PlanetFitness.com. Join there. Just pull in the parking lot. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. I'll never be a member at another gym. Some of my friends, I have friends that are paying $80, $90 a month for a gym membership to lift weights that weigh the same. Why? I don't know. I can't understand it either. PlanetFitness.com. It's Planet Fitness. Hey, your fitness is essential. You know that. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG Stick here in the building. We are live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, the nation's #1 EV dealer. Matter of fact, you can get you a Blazer EV right now. 60 months, 0%. 0%, as a matter of fact. Roll on in and see my guy Tim Brown, not the Heisman Trophy winner. The physiology in the chat has changed. The physiology here at Feldman has changed. And Adam Schefter tweeted out, David Montgomery sprained MCL out, quote, indefinitely. I don't know what to say to that one.
What can you
Sprain or
say?
tear? Reported sprain?
Sprain.
Oh, okay. So that means that.
Well, I'll
that
confirm, but
he
yeah, I think it
recovered.
was
Yeah,
sprain.
that's. Well, I mean, it's sort of, let's be realistic, the last few games, at least this last game or whatever, where the running game hasn't been the same. I think it's just come to this point, right? I think he was playing on it hurt, and now it's just gotten to a point. So, again, you said it already, no one's going to feel sorry for you. Next guy up, is it going to be Craig Reynolds? Is it going to be Vaki? They're going to lean on Sonic a little more.
You might need Vaki to play linebacker.
I mean,
can he play corner?
Right.
Like, it is wild.
I've never seen it like this.
And you know what? I look at the positive. Better now with 3 games left than going into the playoffs. So hopefully, he's a fast healer.
John Clark, well, it was a hell of a run. I don't think that they can overcome an injury to Monty. Hey.
It's a good thing they got to play the games. You know what I mean? And it's not one before that. Again, different reasons for this team to dig in, right? Maybe this is what the offensive line needed, right? Instead of sometimes maybe when you have elite players, like, you know what I mean? You lock down. Everybody on the offensive line is going to have to block harder, right? So this is a great time to focus. They will agree with you that they haven't been the best that they've been.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Get into there. Get your thoughts off as well. And look, man, like, it's staggering, dude. Like the David Montgomery, like, you can here at the place, like,
right.
In
Ryan
the
Poulter
chat.
coming up, like shout out Ryan.
He's hitting it with the we're cursed. And stuff like
man.
That. Like,
And you heard a lot of that last night, in some post game talk. And I hate to say that because the Lions make their own luck, man. I really don't believe in a curse because that's kind of SOL mentality too. But I've just never seen an injury bug quite like this one in all my years of Lions fandom. I just know I haven't seen it like this. So it's tough, bro. It really is.
No, Woodward Sports chat thread. It's a somber tone all of a sudden, man. Look,
you keep losing dogs. It's not like you're just losing anybody. You're losing dogs on this team, man. That's
all we got.
That's it. Yeah, anybody you lose off this roster is going to be a dog.
For sure. But
Jaleel, wow, don't most teams have one starting running back? Who raised these people?
We have been spoiled.
I mean,
as a fan base.
Listen, I'm not excited about any injury that happened to this team, but I am interested to see what Gibbs does with a full workload. I mean, you saw him last game. He was the only effective running back against the Bills. So, listen, Monty is Monty. Love Monty. But as this team goes, it's next man up, or now it's not even next man up. It's, okay, our secondary starter is going to get more of the load. Okay, play ball.
CK, the training, here we go. You guys ready? All right, here we go. The training staff is to blame. They're the only common denominator here. Danny G in all caps, get a effing grass field. Brian Shaw breaks it down, though. Mobile golf season's here. Do not worry. He was over 20 yards rushing again,
Dude,
right?
He had more yards than Monty.
Put that 5.5 speed to work.
Maybe a little wildcat, huh?
Yeah, but
with golf?
Hey, I'm with it.
Who says no?
Shit, at this point, we need anything.
Michael Danye brings up a good point. Monty went down last year and Gibbs balled out.
Yeah,
he did.
We've been here before.
Yeah, but
Breakout game against Oakland.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports, chat thread Bradley. Neil's energy and hopes have completely changed right now. No, it hasn't in that I want to know why this is the one that broke everybody's back. Why is this the one?
Come on.
This is the one thing you do have a level of depth at.
Yeah, it's Monty, though. And he's a big part to what the Lions want to do offensively. I've often said he's the most important back to what the Lions want to do. Don't get me wrong, Gibbs is amazing. But Monty sets up everything for Gibbs to be able to take advantage. So you losing him, I mean, that's a tough blow regardless. I mean, we got to just be real about it. And like you said, this is the first one. Well, not the first one, but one of the main ones from the other side of the ball. It's all been defense to this point. So you were hoping like, okay, at least the offense is intact. But now, you know, Monty goes down. That just puts more pressure on Gibbs to perform and Craig Reynolds and, you know, people of that nature.
So then you got to think deeper than that. Can your offensive coordinator, is he well equipped?
Yeah, he got to scheme it up.
No, but do we have, right? If Ben Johnson's Ben Johnson, then he's the man you want. Like, he knows exactly. Like, they go deep into the playbook, just different things like that. It's not like you're dealing with a rookie here or whatever. You know what Gibbs can do, and I think they're going to have to lean on him more. Just like the chat person said about other teams only have one running back for the most part.
Yeah.
We're spoiled here.
Woodward Sports chat thread. What do you think about this? Cody Ingle, Maz at 2 p.m. See, we should have kept Swift.
Maz is finna be insufferable. I love you, Maz. He finna be insufferable today.
Why?
What you mean, why? You know, Maz.
About what?
You know, Maz is not.
Like how,
the
Kenny?
injuries.
Give me an example.
The sky's falling.
I'll let Stick get an example.
How could you go into the season without 12 running backs? How did you not prepare for this? My Jets in the 70s, when they had a quarterback that was wearing a fur coat on the sideline, I love it, but I do not love what these kids do nowadays. They're too brash. How do you not have 4 backup quarterbacks? How do you not have another Montgomery ready to go? I tell you what, when Fran Tarkenton was throwing the ball.
Woodward Sports chat thread, CK Neal, good call on Army-Navy, by the way. I don't remember making a call on that.
I don't either, but.
Wait, who won?
Navy won.
America
won,
Right.
as they always do.
Right.
When Bryson Daly got a second possession, it was the second quarter. And they were down 14-0.
Oh, wow.
Like, Navy just did Service
Navy
Academy stuff. Yeah, you know, like that's what it was. Man. No, Navy will still give Army a ride to the next fight. Like, they'll still.
Right, they still cool. They not good, but
they real good.
All right, they real good.
No, Woodward Sports chat thread, Anakin Skyogre, it's not over, but it's getting ridiculous. Can we chat pull that one?
Oh,
Stick?
That's a fact.
Is this the one?
That's where I'm at.
Did the Monty injury break it, Stick? Can we do that one? Because it feels like it did.
I think it's like a come on.
Yeah.
This is like
that's
moment.
all it is, man. And we got to be real because, like I said earlier, like having people like just be injured and out is one thing, but now the IR side of it is starting to fill up. Before it was just like, okay, you got maybe 5 people on IR and the rest are just injured. You're gonna get them back. Now it's they starting to be out indefinitely, out for the season. Like, and these are key guys, man. Liam McNeil, Carlton Davis. Now Monty. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah,
man.
it's officially you don't want more guys on your IR than on your practice squad.
Yeah.
No, you definitely don't. Danny G, it's not strength and conditioning, bro. I'm telling you, it's the field.
A lot of people arguing that grass
I
thing.
think that has something to do with it.
It could be some truth to it. But these aren't definites. Just like Dan Campbell, the padded practices, this is not a definite that is the cause of what's going on here.
It's more the field than it is the way that they practice, because the way they practice is how they play.
Right.
Ryan's reaction. I'm ready to talk NFL draft. All right, when we come back, mock draft.
Right.
All right.
The draft show.
Are you guys ready for the NFL mock draft?
Yes, the draft show. Let's get it. Oh, we don't have the sound effect in here no more.
All right.
All right. We can.
That is blasphemous.
That's what this injury shit is.
Blasphemous.
All right, let's do it. Well, I'll take a look at the mock draft. I do want to go around the NFL. I do want to take a step away. Can we go around the NFL? Are we allowed to do that?
Yes.
Stick, can we do that? Are we qualified to do that? All right, I do want to take a spin around the NFL. We'll get you the latest mock draft, by the way, because clearly it's mock draft season. Where are we going, Stick? Hey, Dr. Jeff Pierce, tomorrow.
No, we need him all week. Like, this is 24/7
tomorrow.
coverage.
He's hosting the show. Dr. Pierce, no, he is our injury insider, and he'll be with us tomorrow right around noon on Big D Energy. he's got a lot to talk about tomorrow. There is no doubt about it. But
Round
again,
the clock coverage.
Dr. Pierce, powered by Amon-Ra of Southfield, Michigan Sports and Spine Center. And look, he can help you, the weekend warrior, as well. Obviously, he's knowledgeable. We talk about the sports injury world, but you can scan the QR code on the screen. He's done some stuff for me. He's done some stuff for Spenny. Obviously, we know D-Mac trusted his career with them.
Can he do some stuff for the Lions?
Can he do some? Yeah.
They need all the secret sauce.
How are you with the MCLs? No,
Right.
but we'll talk to Dr. Jeff Pierce tomorrow coming up in the second hour, so make sure you tap into that. Dr. Pierce, Woodward Sports Network.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Get energized for the holidays during the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Now through December 20th, join for $1 down, $15 a month. And recharge this holiday season and beyond in the clean and spacious judgment-free zone, filled with equipment for every workout. Stay motivated with free fitness training and lots more. Celebrate the 12 Days of Fitness at Planet Fitness. Join for $1 down, $15 a month. Hurry! Offer ends December 20th.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
New rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Scan the QR code on the screen. You can make your first deposit, make your first bet. If your first bet loses up to $1,000, guess what? You get it back as a bonus bet. So certainly that's something you can take advantage of, but here's why you'll stay with Caesar Sportsbook. The app is clean. It doesn't glitch out on you. It's easy to read. They have tons of betting markets. Basically everything you want in a sportsbook is Caesar's Sportsbook. And why would it not be? They're one of the OGs of the sports betting game. Did you really think it wasn't going to be great? Of course it is. Caesar's Sportsbook. Scan the QR code on the screen. Use a promo code Woodward1000 and make that first bet all the way up to $1,000. If you lose it, you get it back as a free bonus bet. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Hey, I got to read this one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ryan's reaction. The fact Neil is actually going to talk draft is even funnier than my intended joke. Bringing up the draft.
So the question, real quick too, got a text here. Lions have a better chance of surviving the Oregon Trail.
Oh, for real, at this point.
How many dysentery is coming up next?
Right, the Trail of Tears.
Panay's going to have dysentery. It's going to be official.
My biggest regret from this season now is that we've already secured our playoff spot. Like, I just wish we could tank now. Like, there's no sense in even playing. Why are we doing this?
It's Vegas' fault. The Lions were the biggest liability.
No,
you see them
real.
going to work right now.
Yep, it's MGM, goddammit. I'm convinced.
It's not Caesar Sportsbook, though. It's those people over at MGM.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
The Lions are a problem for us.
Well, somebody brought it up, so let's talk NFL draft then. You want to do it real quick, D-Mac? I'll give you a couple of choices here, okay? So Lions will probably be drafting somewhere around 30-ish, okay, because they've got the 12 wins already. Are you looking to replace the running back? Are you Tom Mazaway? And we're going to need some help. Can I interest anybody in Omarion Hampton, the running back from North Carolina?
Not bad.
Projected to go 19th
Not
to
bad.
the Chargers. It's kind of more of a Jim Harbaugh guy. Omarion Hampton played in North Carolina. Sneaky good run attack there as well. But no, an explosive runner who can carry an entire backfield and may be the best running back in the draft.
Wait a sec.
Yeah.
Jonty coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. They got him going 13th to the Bengals. It's mock draft season now, I was told. With
I
this
would
news,
think
it's mock draft season.
That's the Montgomery style guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going by the draftnetwork.com. I'm picking the most random website out there. Just for basis sake, they have the Lions picking 31st. They have them taking James Pierce Jr., the edge from Tennessee. Kyle Kennard, the edge from South Carolina, goes just in front of him.
Neil, I know you don't want to hear this. Move up for Will Johnson. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Travis is going to be off the board, so I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, he quit on his team. Why not, right? I heard the Niners were going to take him.
Oh, man. Nah, I mean, I'm just saying. We need help at the back end. So,
Woodward Sports chat thread. Get in there and get your mock draft season, everybody, because apparently it's over. Greg Rollins, all jokes aside, trade up for Hunter. Here we go.
Told you.
Wait, we fell right into the – you know what I'm saying? You know how, like –
Fell into him. What are you talking about? You let him right there.
No, I'm saying, though, D-Mac, we fell right into rhythm.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chat is undefeated.
While you at it, look at the quarterbacks available at 30.
Alan W., we just got to draft 10 cornerbacks and 10 defensive ends. James Feldman, offensive guard and defensive end should be the priority. Draft Talk, SMH. People, I handed the baton, and they're going to break the Olympic record right here. I wanted to go around the NFL.
There's a lot of tone going on right now.
Bucky, trade our first for Micah Parsons.
I don't think he gets in the door, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, Micah Parsons. Let me tell you,
We
when
should
I
have took
watch
him instead of
Micah
Panay.
Parsons play, he reminds me of this Dick Buttkiss guy. And I tell you, we should have passed on this Panay Sewell. We didn't need a line. We needed Parsons. We wouldn't be in this situation if we would have drafted Parsons like I wanted.
Instead of Panay. Definitely wanted him instead of Panay Sewell. Like you could tell. Oh, I know. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Dr. Mario, what happened to Montgomery? For those of you just joining us, by the way,
that's what happened.
Adam Schefter tweeted he has a sprained MCL and will be, quote, out indefinitely, unquote. That is the time frame. So not out for the season, but it's not looking good. We'll just say it like that. Now we're talking about Micah Parsons. We're talking about the draft stuff. Can we go around the NFL or no?
Please.
Can we
yes,
please
get
do
us
that?
out of this, please.
Anybody?
This was fun, though.
Yeah. D-Mac, what'd you notice in the NFL yesterday that wasn't necessarily Lions related? I guess you could say. What kind of jumped out to you?
No, I think that the other big thing is watching, what the teams, Green Bay, what they did.
Dismantled Seattle.
In Seattle. I mean, that goes to show you, you take a little bit of something of what you did last week. But, no, I mean, the teams are on brand. The Philly Pittsburgh game, but it sort of went the way you thought it would go. But nothing really super surprised me yesterday, right? Other than taking care of business, and it's just business as usual. You control your destiny. You control everything that you wanted, not only winning this division, but having home field advantage. So, yeah, you can call it a bump in the road. The injuries are the biggest thing, as they've all been. That's the storyline of this year, right? So, I mean, we hear this all with other great teams. That's what San Francisco had always gone through and stuff like this. So it's got to find a way.
Burn in the chat. This isn't unprecedented, come to find out. Burn has a little history lesson for everybody. Bring back the Ironman Spartans era. 1932, Potsy Clark refused to make even a single substitution against the defending NFL champion Packers.
Potsy Clark. He was my neighbor in New Jersey. Beautiful guy.
Beautiful family. Portsmouth won 19-0 and used only 11 players all game.
Wow.
So it's not without precedence.
Yeah. That was the leather helmet days, too.
Portsmouth Lions.
11 players. 19-0 victory over the.
That was back when we had the leather helmets and we didn't allow certain people to play the sport.
Was there forward pass back then?
Oh, I invented the forward pass with Bucky McConaughey.
And Sammy Baugh gets all the credit, but it was me as a matter of fact. Woodward Sports chat thread. One funky Lions fan. Here we go. Neil, look up the left tackle Overton. No.
No.
Oh, that's too far.
Yeah,
Hey, way to go.
Like I was joking and like everything like that. This wasn't me opening the gate for you all to run through and have our anarchy. You know what's funny, D-Mac? We weeded out the golf haters that are under the surface. We weeded them out, and I think this weekend weeded out the Lions haters that were under the surface that want to like celebrate it and stuff like that.
Stick. If you didn't hear in the first hour, Stick nailed it. The difference between the fan, a football fan, a Lions football fan, and just a Lions fan. That's the imperativeness, I think. Would you not agree, Stick?
No, I think that's 100%.
Because you're the one that gets these out of the weeds, out of the ground. Yeah. I mean, the golf. I
beat the ground with a stick.
No, you get them all to come
out of the grass.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But that's what
that's it. They're uneducated, and you can't blame people for being stupid. You help them, and that's what this show's about.
Give them
trying
the
to
tools.
get you to be less stupid. You 23% of the fans, and I'm not talking about the 77 who actually know ball. I'm talking about the 23
that
who
don't know
took
ball.
a poll earlier. And you proved yourself to be a phallus.
But we also weeded out the draft people. They're back as well. They were under the surface.
There was a lot of tone in that
We
draft
had to
talk.
open the garage door and move those cement blocks that were in the back, and then they all went running towards the light. They couldn't wait. They've been praying on this moment.
Oh my God.
They've been praying on it. No, but as we take a look with what's going on around the NFL, and D-Mac, that was a good catch by you, the Packers thing. I'll take that a step further. Somebody's letting the Buccaneers get hot.
Yeah, I was just about to
Baker
ask you, are the
Mayfield
Bucks
is
back?
spraying that thing.
Are the Bucks back? Also, the Chargers seem to top out at 17 points every week. They need some help, man.
I think that was maybe if anything as far as like hitting the brick wall or whatever else is rolling, but there's something in that team's way. That was the biggest thing about the second half and turning that in and seeing that
Mike Evans still exists.
Well, the thing is it's like
imagine if he had Godwin too.
But this is Harbaugh, right? Like this is Harbaugh, where the conditions. They're a good football team. They're a good football team, the Chargers. But the conditions have to be right for him to win with the way they play the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to be playing from ahead. You can't be getting behind.
Yeah.
If a team spins it on you a little bit, you can't get it back on the rails. You know what I'm saying?
They have a good defense though, like one of the best in the league. So. Yeah, this one is a little more surprising, but they need more offensive help. I think that's very, very clear. You can only do so much when you got one real receiver back.
Yeah, but he came in and was gonna solidify the run game and
right,
took Joe
right.
All
yeah,
and like
for sure.
He was gonna play. You know, he was gonna play the hits.
And
man.
you can, but you just need more offensive talent besides Alad McConkey and then what else? Quentin Johnston. I mean, come on now.
Quentin Johnston.
Quentin Johnston.
No, and you know, to some degree, you know, the Bucs are equipped to stop the run. And when a Jim Harbaugh team runs the ball 11 times for 32 yards, they're losing.
Oh yeah, big facts.
Like that. There's nothing else to discuss about it.
They score 17 every week. I swear to God.
Sometimes they win with it,
right?
And sometimes they lose with it.
It's crazy.
Matt Verville, the DJ Reader interview was awesome. Yeah, we played that clip earlier of DJ Reader. Louis IV, Neil, what's your confidence level on the Super Bowl? Also, you said we won the division in Week 6. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Everything is still on the table. Like, everything's still there.
Yeah.
Like, except for a lot of the players. But everything else is still there, just in terms of scenarios and things like that. You know, is it difficult? Yeah. Guys, it was always going to be difficult to some degree.
I knew it was going to be difficult. I didn't know it was going to be this, but I knew it was going to be difficult. Like
you show me a team that's won something, and I'll show you struggles.
Yeah, for sure.
Even the Chiefs last year.
I just didn't want the struggles and the injury. I'd much rather have the struggles on the field in terms of X's and O's, not this shit.
No,
this shit
no
is
doubt.
crazy.
Even the Chiefs last year, they were losing in the fourth quarter of playoff games.
Absolutely.
Like, they were. All right, let's take the break. What do we got left, Stick? KDK Law?
Kevin and Catherine in Birmingham. I don't know what the number is. So.
Yeah.
If you have an SOL fan.
Child custody, visitation, anything to do with divorce, family law, and stuff like that. Kevin and Catherine, KDK Law in Birmingham are the ones to go to. Contact them today. Mention Woodward Sports, and all your filing fees will be free. So, Kevin and Catherine, one thing is for sure, they always have your back. Tell them Woodward Sports we sent you.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
What's up, everybody? I told you Woodward Sports doing football Sundays better than anyone. The post-game show, namely Stick and Anson, live at Hayes Social out there in Shelby Township. Thousands of people were tapped in. Hayes Social was absolutely packed yesterday as well. It's a destination spot to watch the game, and Woodward Sports is out there all game long. You guys listening to what's going on the flagship after the games? Woodward's the only play, everybody. I bounced back and forth last night, and one of those things was not like the other.
That's true.
I'll just say
but
it
we
like
love
that.
the Hammer. Shout out Jennifer Hammond.
Hammer's great.
Yeah. 100%.
Time to retire.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't say that, but I am saying we do football better than anybody here at Woodward Sports. The viewership suggests it, and guys, you're tapped in. Don't forget, come on out. You can come out and see it in person as well at Hayes Social out there in Shelby Township. Post-game show. All right, keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports, chat thread, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Stick as well. Jump into that chat, subscribe. We're pushing 75,000 YouTube subscribers, over 1/3 social media followers on all the platforms as well. We're the only viable play for Detroit sports. And Stick put it up there in the poll. Did the Monty announcement break you? I'm shattered, 35%. Crying but fine, 31%. Next man up, 34%. And D-Mac, I've never seen a poll that is that close to even, especially three options, man. Never.
Crazy. So
where are you at right now?
Running the game, middle, crying but fine.
Yeah, you're the athlete.
I'm crying but fine.
Yeah.
I realize it's all part of it, and I always go. Everybody can go to the negative. I'm trying to figure out the positive because trying to figure out the mindset of what Dan Campbell and everybody, the coaching staff, and then I look into it and say, do they have the capability to look inward and to find what they need? And absolutely. So let's go. I go back to, I'm already on to Chicago, and this is like, for lack of a better term, biggest game of the year, because how do we respond?
Right.
Kenny tells me that we haven't lost back-to-back 2.5 years. Okay, I know what we're up against with the personnel that we do not have, but let's go. Is this more important that the coaches, because Dan Campbell told us he's got to be better and get the guys ready to play? One thing I know for sure from that opening kickoff, these guys, whoever's in the uniform, will be ready to play from kickoff.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Detroit Idea. You guys suck. There's no one else. Micro Syndicate. I think that there's other places to go, but yet tens of thousands of you end up here.
It's
Detroit,
crazy.
Namely you.
Even when they hate,
Yeah.
they still in our chats.
Yeah, thank you, though, Detroit
Right.
Idea.
We
I
appreciate the
it.
patronage, though.
No doubt. Skydog722. Neil, you think it's negative here? You should have seen the watch party yesterday. Chuck Ken, where's the buffoon who always talking about how great the Lions are? Probably still in bed hungover. Yes, Chuck, he's there with your mother right now, as a matter of fact.
Burn.
El Gato. I'll be betting on the opposing team into the playoffs.
Have fun.
I support the emotional hedge.
Yeah.
Nobody supports the business angle of it more than me.
The walking backdoor cover, of course.
I 100% do that. Jeremiah really sucks because of what he showed me in that Green Bay overtime win, but I know that Gibbs has this.
Yeah.
So again, Ryan Shaw.
think he was
I just
talking
hate
about earlier this year, the
I just hate watch games now as well. But D-Mac, take me through that though. You guys in your playing career, because I've noticed this. I've noticed this with you. I've noticed this when I've talked to Braylon and stuff like that. You guys, referees, and I've told you this before. Referees, calls, and injuries. You guys react the exact same. Like we lose our minds about it.
What's consistent? Because we realize we've been dealing with there's things that you can't control. So the bottom line is you got to control. Now you can be happy about it and bitch about it, whatever, but it's already made, right? So like, how are you going to react? It's all about being prepared. It's all about yeah. When you sit and think about it, oh my God, you think that it's not fair. It's not this, but then you get into your athletic mode and you take it. Everybody has pride as a professional athlete. So you know what your mentality is? Oh, look at the opportunity. You know who's not wallowing in David Montgomery's injury is Craig Reynolds or whoever's next man up, whoever's going to get that opportunity, right? Because this is maybe what some guys have always waited for. That's the mentality of the professional, right? You hope that, and why do you accept or have to go with the flow with the referees and stuff like this? Because in your heart of hearts, you believe that it evens out in the wash.
Right.
That's right what it is, and the way that things are called these days with video, instant replay, stuff like this, that they will get it right. They don't always get it right, but you have to go in there with that faith that they will, so everything will play itself out. But it's more opportunity, and it's more stepping up. Or even if you are filling a role for the time being, can you help your team? This is when the value. One of the things that we haven't even touched on, right, is how Dan Skipper yesterday with that touchdown, not any of that play, but just and for the lineman. There's two things that I told Stick this, right? That play with how his teammates react to that, and Tim Patrick's first touchdown, how all his teammates, react to them. You could tell a lot about culture, and the guys are all in it together, but that was great to see. So, to me, it tells me they have the formula to fight through this. Like, are you in or are you in the way? Are these guys going to fold? That's what we're talking about. Does adversity hurt this team? No. This is what Dan Campbell's also sort of made this. Now, come on, Brad Holmes, talent evaluate. Go get me something, pick me something. Who's this? Who's that? Right? We need all hands on deck right now. That's what happens. But it's an opportunity for somebody else to step up. That's all it is. That's how you have to look at it.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, Matt. We're 12-2, first place in the NFC, first place in the NFC North. I think things are fine, and that's the stakes right now. That's the situation. That's the chair they have in the game.
You know how things play out. You know how life plays out to whatever else. And Kenny, we're the ones that sit here and go, man, gosh, you can't have Kendall Vildor out there in the secondary or whatever. But you know what? What this kid's put himself in an opportunity to change that narrative.
Exactly.
What if he's the guy that picks off that ball? What if he's the guy that makes that play and it doesn't hit him in the head and go to the other guy, but he makes that right? That's the redemption thing. That's what they're preaching. Everything that's happened doesn't matter. It's about now.
Lunchbox hooligans. Neil, you should see the Vikings fans talking about being the 1 seed. It's funny you brought that up.
They've been going crazy, too.
Well, I checked that on Caesar Sportsbook, as a matter of fact. Over 4-1, the Vikings are to be the 1 seed.
Of course.
Over 4-1. So you Vikings fans, go get rewarded for your opinion.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it. Be about it. If that's what you think.
Stand
over
on business.
4-1, plus 435, as a matter of fact. So run along. Now, I only want this more now.
I know you.
I only want this more.
This is the flagship.
I only want this more.
I know. This is why I love you.
D-Mac.
This is why we rock with you.
What if they win out? What if they win out? Oh, 100% you could see it. Dude, the guys are quitting mid-game on the 49ers.
Yeah. They cooked, bro.
Lions are?
Yeah, if they win this out, they lock up the 1 seed and we keep pushing.
They are going to win out.
So there you go.
What are you talking about? You're going to let the Bears or the San Fran after what they did to you and ended your season last year when you have the ability to go in there and right the wrong on the road with the team that you have. That's a lot of things, too. Are we not forgetting about the mentality and how this team plays on the road, right? A lot of times, too, you get about yourself and you're at home. We've seen this. Where are the letdown games, right? If yesterday was a letdown game, when's the last one? The Thanksgiving against Green Bay. Or
it's interesting you bring that up, D-Mac, because when you recreate yesterday, they look like a team that had been off for 10 days and was trying to get right, and the engines didn't fully fire till it was too late.
What
coach
tell you?
What
coach tell you? Out of the rip, have to be ready to play. You can get away with that against most of the teams in that league, but not the few teams, the Buffaloes or the Baltimores on the other side.
Stickle like this one. Chuck Ken follows up. He says, that would make sense since my mother is dead, LOL. Yeah, last night took her out. All right.
You didn't read my comment following that.
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
I said that's why she didn't move around so much.
All right, where are we going? Last break.
We're going over to his mom's house.
No, the show.
Oh.
The show's going over to his mom's house?
I mean, hey.
Wow, it's all about.
I like trains.
I like trains.
I like trains. Hold on, I'm editing this up real quick. So buy me some time there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely. Woodward Sports chat thread. Arf, Mike G, Chris Spielman out with the ribs. Fell over the printer. That'll be next. Office guys will be.
I saw Rory got hurt. Rory rolled his ankle.
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you about Soroki's. It's for the real fans because it's a real fan favorite. So if you're one of those 23% from earlier, this isn't for you. This is for the real fans. They got the signature wings. It's a limited time offer. Plus, they're also opening up new locations all over the place. So if you got one near you, it's inside pretty much every gas station you're driving by right now, and it's so darn good. Soroki's, get those lemon pepper chicken wings today.
The draft experience was shitty.
My high school dating experience was shitty.
I can tell you all 16 receivers and where they went to college.
I can tell you every girl that put me in the friend zone, every girl that shot me down, what grade it was, and what she said to me. Sarah Williams, freshman year at a house party, says, quote, I want to be single. Got a boyfriend the next day. Beth Samuel, junior year, I got benched during a football game. Afterwards, she came up to me and said, I want to date a starter. Kelsey McFarland, 10th grade. I took her to dinner, paid for dinner, and she told me I was the best guy friend
I've ever had.
Rachel Fletcher took her to a party with my friend. She said, I like you,
but I like your friend better.
That was in 12th grade. Emily Westfall, senior year. I asked her to go to prom with me. She said, quote, sorry, I already have a date. She didn't even go to prom. Tanya Allen, Heather Talbert, Lindsay Turner, Leslie Frazier. It's okay, though, because now here I am working at Woodward Sports. They all got fat after high school, and the only thing I want back are my hoodies.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network Live, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, the nation's #1 EV dealer. Come get that EV Blazer, by the way, 0%, 60 months. Things are going to change, too, so if you've been on the fence about it, now is the time to make your move, and Feldman Chevrolet can do the whole process for you in a couple hours, as a matter of fact. So I got mine. I love it. You should do the same. Dante151 in the chat. Here's a fun fact. Jared Goff and Dan Skipper have more touchdown receptions than TJ Hawkinson. Interesting. Also, FTV and Go Bears tonight. So there's that out there as well. It would be the most Vikings thing ever for them to lose this game tonight.
I don't want them to lose. I want them to tie.
Why?
Because then you get a tie. They both don't win. They both fall out of the winners.
You know what? To be fair, a tie is the same.
Exactly.
Yeah. A tie would be the same.
To me, it's the same, and then I get to see the Packers and the Bears not win.
Jay, Vikings are winning the division, unfortunately. Okay, Jay, then go get paid for your opinion. Go to Caesar Sportsbook now. Use promo code Woodward1000. You can bet it, and when you lose, you'll get that money back as a bonus bet. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
No doubt. Brian, do you think Barry has one more run left in the tank? Rich Baldwin, nice Corvette there. Yeah,
it is a nice one.
Yeah, they got a
$168,000 for that one behind you.
Oh, it's the souped up one.
Yeah, they tell us not to touch it when we come set up. Like the last week when they had it in here for the first time, they're like, this one's a little bit more than the other one.
Matter of fact, could you not look at it?
Yeah, that spoiler is sweet, though.
No, it is. Absolutely.
But apparently, this is the super fast vet. The other ones are fast. This one's super fast.
Yes. Harris Villain. Goff threw for 494, 5 touchdowns. Anyone hating on him has a dent in their head. Well, there's a lot of dents walking around this town. Just wrapping up thoughts real quick, too, about the NFL and what happened yesterday. Aaron Rodgers, big win over the Jaguars. Well done.
Why'd you have to bring that up? I sat Devontae Adams in my fantasy football league.
The Ravens, that win
yards.
That win over the Giants, and D-Mac, all that did to me, and this is something we touched on earlier, it does nothing for Lamar. In much the same fashion, and I'm going to get cooked for this, but I don't care, in much the same way, Josh Allen's narrative doesn't change. He can win all the MVPs he wants, and by the way, he lost a shootout the week before in the same way that the Lions did. Nothing changes for him either. The Lions are in the same spot. All that matters is winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing that changes Allen's narrative. It's the only thing that changes Lamar's narrative. And guess what? Only one of them can do it this year. And, oh, by the way, Patrick Mahomes will probably be standing there on the other side, too.
And that's the whole thing, right? They got to worry about their side of things. Either going through each other or going through Mahomes. So we're going to have our own issues, but the task at hand, obviously focusing on the Chicago, but having home field advantage for us.
Right. Alan W., that Rodgers to Adams connection is back. Nobody wants to see the Jets in the playoffs. Oh, wait.
And nobody will.
God, I love that. I love that. Paul D., you guys can't deny this really hurts our chances. I'm sorry. Paul D., what they're still going to play the games, Paul. I know you don't want them to, right? Just pack it in, pack it up, pack it in. Like, it's wild, man. This is absolutely wild.
Would you ever think you'd see a day where one loss would break a Lions section of the fan group like this?
You're talking about a loss around Christmas time when their only previous loss before was in summertime?
Yeah, well, like last night on the postgame show, Anson was, oh man, this Lions fan base couldn't handle a playoff loss. Like, what are you talking? Like, to me, the Lions fan base is probably the most calloused fan base that has ever been. Like, we can handle anything. We saw 0-16. You're telling me I can't handle a Week 12 loss to the Bills? What is going on? Don't forget where we came from, Lions fans.
We just know Anson's in the 23%.
No doubt. Shad 216, or excuse me, Benjamin Foe. Someone text Zach Zenner.
There you go.
You got his number, D-Mac. He seems like he'd be a D-Mac guy.
There you go. Absolutely.
It's not the loss. It's the injuries, bro. They've been injured all season, bro. They've been winning all season.
This was their first loss since Aiden Hutchinson went down in, week 5?
Yeah, and how many injuries have they occurred since then, too? I mean, like, Aiden Hutchinson is the start, but that wasn't the end. I mean, they've been injured all throughout this season, and the next man up, they've stepped up, and they found a way to win games. I don't know why I have to stop believing in what I've seen 10 out of 12 times because yesterday. I don't understand why I got to just convince myself that it's impossible.
Great segue for tomorrow's show when we have Dr. Jeff Pearson live talking about injuries.
I'm just going to tell him to freestyle.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc, here's the mic. You tell me where to go.
Here's a list of 87 guys.
Do your best. Absolutely do your best. Speaking of doing your best, appreciate everybody for tapping in here today at Feldman Chevrolet. Shout out to the Feldman crew as well. Happy birthday to George.
Especially George.
Yeah, especially George, not Ryan. Yeah, shout out to George, by the way. Happy birthday to him.
Just to tell you how much we think of George, George is the Jared Goff of this thing.
Oh, nice.
100%. There it is.
George
real quick,
Goff.
Keith.
George Goff.
Keith Gallardo. Anyone else shocked by Ragnow's lack of performance yesterday?
No. No, I honestly, like, me and Easy go back and forth on a lot of things, but I thought Easy, like, nailed it. You know, Ed Oliver is a small guy, right? He's a smaller defensive tackle. Ragnow, where he wins the majority of the time, is beating these bigger guys with his quickness and being able to get underneath, get in those shoulder pads, and move them around. Against a guy like Oliver,
bad matchup.
It's a bad matchup for him, and Oliver won this matchup. So, like, yeah, no, and you don't think Frank's going to learn from that? Of course he's going to learn from it, but I'm not freaking out about it. It was just a bad matchup, and Oliver played like a beast. That one where he, like, army crawled to the quarterback after knocking him. I was just impressed by the Bills,
Absolutely.
and I can't be mad at a team I respect. If this was a team that I thought, no way.
Like the Vikings?
If it was the Vikings, a trash-ass franchise like the Vikings, then, yeah, I'd be like, oh, my God, this is concerning. But against the Bills, no, that's a respectable loss.
I'm talking about a callous fan base and a callous team.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Corey Berry, what difference does a Montgomery injury make? I was told by numerous in the chat that AG is the problem.
AG's washed.
All right, that will do it. Big thanks to Stick, KG, as well. So for Darren McCarty, Stick, and KG, I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Feldman Chevrolet. Well, see you later.
I think there should be urgency every Sunday. We're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. We already got a spot in there, so we just think the urgency, if it wasn't, we should have been had it high. I think we do have it high as a team. We just lost it, and I think that's what it is. It happens. It happens in this league. Shit, we've been kicking everybody's ass for 12 weeks, and this week it happened to us.
Hey, DJ, this was kind of deemed as a Super Bowl preview. Did you think it kind of lived up to a Super Bowl preview?
I mean, yeah, but ain't nobody winning no championships today. So we got to go out there. We got weeks of the season left, and we got the playoffs. So, I mean, as much as people want to predict what's going to happen,